Yeah, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Hey, we gonna vibe out one time. Let me go ahead and turn this down real quick, man. We jamming out on Sunday, man. Sunday fun day, man. Y'all already know what it is. It's TK the poet. You already know it, so you ain't got to quote in it. If I spoke it, you already know what that mean. Yeah, I wrote it. Plus, I'm too fire. Like the drill burn the side of my hip, yeah, the tool fire. Nah, I can flip that. I'm too fire, like a lighter in a match. That's two fires. Man, look, this little something I just made up at the end. Hey, man, I just keep it innovating, keep it moving. But when we here, it's Sunday, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. I have my co-host for tonight, Lady Crucible. I'm gonna bring her up in a minute, but it's Portugal Life League. Y'all know what it is. Hey, it's going down July 12th. It's going down July 12th. So, we're going to keep it moving. We'll keep it grooving. Hey, it's new poets that, y'all probably ain't never seen before, but they come into the stage and they bring in a certain type of energy that's going to captivate the crowd. Hey, y'all going to love each one of these poets, man. We got poets like Lady Crucible. We got K Spaz. We got Cinnamon Soul, Beauty the Poet, Alley Poetry, Poet Without Apology, also the Poet, Purpose. Hey, we got more and so on, man. We gonna go through some of these poets today, and we gonna see, what's the league gonna look like. What is the competition? I got Lady Crucible. She's my co-host for the day, and we just gonna break down some of these poetry poems, and we gonna see what she think about it and how she feel. And look, if y'all didn't know, Poetry Life is an official league for poets. They're going through 24 matches in this season. They're going against poets from all across America. You got Chicago. You got North and South Carolina. You got Oklahoma. You got Arkansas. You got Louisiana. You got California. You have Detroit, Chicago. We got Atlanta. I mean, if I miss out anybody, man, please forgive me. But Miami, it's all over. We got poets all over, and they gonna spaz out. So I want y'all to stay tuned and really indulge into what Poetry Life has to offer. It's like I said, there's 24 poets, there's 24 matches they gonna go through, and we're gonna see at the end who is gonna be champion of Poetry Life. We're gonna see who has the best record. We're gonna see who got the highest scores in different categories. Hey, it's gonna be entertaining, especially when the judges get involved. Hold on, wait a minute, the judges? Yes, I said the judges. We have 8 judges that's gonna be judging this league. There's 4 different regions that these poets going. We gonna also have a draft. Yeah, yes, Poetry Life League has a draft. We have 4 regions that they can be drafted to. We have the Red Dragons because they spit fire. We have the Diagnosis because they pen sick. We have the Living Legends. We have bold words. Hey man, we got something exciting for this league, man. We got jerseys. We have merch. Hey, we have a website. Hey, we gonna have an app. It's gonna be an app for that, man. But hold up, I don't want to get too much. Let me bring up my poet real quick. Lady Crucible, what's going on?
What it do? What it do?
Hey,
PLL for life.
hey man, look, you know how we do it. Hey, we got some poets that we gonna have to run through. With you being a poet, you know, I'm gonna let you see the competition, man. I'm gonna let you
Hey,
see the
you know
competition. See what
me.
you up against.
You know me. I'm always. I'm my engine stay rolling. My pen stay ready to
Mm,
run.
let's go. I like that. I like that energy. I like that energy, man. But man, before we get into, you know, to the poets of poetry life, man, it's a topic that I want to see what's your opinion, what your thoughts, and what your theory is about what's going on with this black love relationship. I mean,
And
we all know about black love. Who represent black love?
I mean, we represent the black love. But
Yeah, but
these days,
who?
I don't know what's going on these days.
Ah, man, look, we gonna have to talk about it, because if y'all didn't know who we talking about Remy Ma and Pat Poose. You know, we're talking about Remy Ma and Papoose. Like, what's up? Like, they going at each other on the internet, and it's getting spicy.
Man, spicy ain't even the word. They on some whole another level type. Like I just feel like this here. Why put your personal business on social media? Let's start there. You can't get mad because a person gave their opinion. Y'all put it out there, the world is gonna speak. Now, if y'all really listening, y'all to get y'all ass off social media and go deal with y'all problems. Whether you need to go sit down and talk to a therapist, a lawyer. Now, if Remy Ma saying she got the paper signed, Papoose gonna be a man to sign the papers. If you tired of dealing with this, evidently you can't be too tired, because if you was too tired, the papers would have been signed already, bro. You'd have been gone.
That's a fact.
Y'all have been moved on. Only thing y'all should be, it shouldn't even be a bigamy. I mean, come on, parenting. Co-parenting. That's all that should be mattering right now, because when it's all said and done, that baby is trapped in the middle. She's seeing from both point of views how ignorant, how filthy mouthed y'all being towards each other, and how she's supposed to call. Where does love come in at for her at in the midst of all of this?
No, that's a fact. You talking. You know, that's an angle that haven't been talked about. You know, we ain't talking about the kids. We talking about the mess and the drama, but we ain't talking about how it's gonna affect the kids. Like,
right, it's a whole child that this still affects. And something, and I'm gonna say this too. Clarissa may have a right to go off, but Remy Ma going off about something going on, something mixed in the middle that we don't know about, something entwined in there somewhere.
No, that's a fact.
Because Papoose, if you say you tired of this and your baby girl had to come visit you in the next bedroom and yada yada yada, why you ain't moved out? You should have been moved out.
You talking?
Y'all both at the end of the day, both of y'all need to sit down and take accountability for y'all wrongdoings. Y'all both did wrong. Y'all both cheated.
No, that's a fact. But you know what? My thing is with Easy the Block Captain, like he's in the middle and he's the middle man.
It's like he need to stay out the middle, and so does Clarissa, because when it's all said and done, y'all just the middleman playing referee. Don't neither one of y'all. All y'all going is by what they telling y'all, but y'all not here or wasn't there to witness what happened, how it happened, who took place first, who took place second, however the case it may go. If y'all both had any common sense, y'all both will walk away from them. Come holler at me when y'all get y'all shit together.
Right.
Instead of in tune with the fuckery.
Shout out to
I look at everything now. I look at everything now as doing everything for the gram.
And they most definitely doing this for the. I think this is big. You know, they just trying to get their name.
They being paid. First off, ain't nobody finna just get on social media and put their personal private life out there. Like, they gotta be getting paid for this to keep this. First off, we know Remy Ma not gonna get in the ring with Clarice. Enough Clarissa's a good ass boxer and all of that. But first off, what's that old saying my mama used to teach me? Baby, this is the time where a child needs to stay in a child's place. Because see, you new to this. They've been going through this for long. Evidently, this been stemming for a while, and it's just now coming to the surface. Because now you hearing his heating his anger and her heating her anger. If y'all was, what was the purpose?
All right.
What you portrayed this image, but then now we looking at it from another angle, and it's like, what? And then my thing is this: people like, you ain't see it? No, I didn't watch it. Why? Because baby, we got bigger fish to fry.
No, that's a fact.
All this is distractions. The Diddy case, the Papoose and the Remy Ma's and the baddies, and all of this is nothing but distractions. And 90% of them that's a part of those distractions is mixed up in the distraction.
Right.
So it's like, why are we even entertaining this? We got a man that's a 36-time felon that's trying to erase our history and basically let the police do what the hell they want to do. And you giving permission now in schools for children to whoop these kids. And what? And we worried about how many years Diddy finna get? Has Diddy ever paid one of our bills? Has Diddy ever signed one of our kids?
Not one.
Has Diddy ever stepped foot in the Chicago community? Not without 35,000 entourages, because I guarantee you he won't come by himself.
Well, they ain't doing that.
You know, I sit up and I look and what kills me is the comments. Oh, they just trying to bring a black man down. Ain't nobody trying to bring him down. He brought himself down. Tell him go thank his auntie that everybody think is his mama. Who y'all think groomed her? She was a madam. Hello. Hello.
It makes sense.
She was nothing nasty. So what y'all think he was going to turn out to be living in the household? And it's just my opinion on it. I believe, true enough, his mom was an addict. So we going to pay her off at what she liked best.
Look, Lady Cruz, that's a narrative, man. That's a narrative. You know, hey, man.
No, it's just like I said, that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. But everybody, all these years, we thought that was his mama.
Yeah.
But come to find out it's his auntie. Still, who does something like that?
Did he?
Wait. Did he do it? Did he done it?
Look,
if y'all let him out, Diddy gonna do it again.
Look, Diddy gonna be Diddy.
Exactly. It's a little late for y'all to sit up and talk about all the shit he done. Y'all paid the money for him to do it.
No, that's a fact. But hey, we here.
Now we here.
We here. But you know what though, sister, we here. When. Let's go ahead and give the people what they want, man. This is poetry. It's Sunday. We relax, chilling. Let's get into some poetry, man.
Yeah, I got some. Hold on, I got some. When I tell you, I got so much stuff written down. I got paper everywhere, and I do.
That's working. You working.
I'm gonna have to come back to you for a second.
But you know what though? But before we get to you, let's I want to play our first poet.
Oh, yeah.
And I want us just to really recap and really just see what we think about this poem and how you feel about it.
Definitely.
We're gonna do something different right here. The first poet up. Let me say that. Let me rephrase that. The first poet up. It is Beauty the Poet. Beauty the Poet. Let's rock out.
Ain't no more silence, no more waiting in the wings. If you ain't heard me yet, get ready. I'm bringing the rings. Change is overdue and I'm taking the lead. Footwork in motion, planting the seed. While these so-called leaders just playing the same game, I'm here to break the chains and ignite the flame. Time never waiting and the cycle's too old, so let's make some new noise. Let the new story be told. This is the beginning, the dawn of a brand new scene. Get ready, world, for the change that's ready to be seen. In this world, the streets blaze hot and wild. It's a place where struggle's been a battleground for quite a while. Politicians stunting, flexing on the scene, but ain't nothing changed for the kids in the dream. From the youth to the grown, the fight's been a choice. Started with the young and now it's a constant war. The leaders talk big, but the real ones know. It's the kids who suffer when the power don't flow. Yeah, the future's supposed to be their stage, but the focus is lost, and it's just a cage. We should be building up, not throwing shade, but here we are watching dreams get delayed. So the world's crying, hear the calling loud. We need a change, not just another crowd. For the kids, for the future, let's end the charade and bring some real help and not just another parade. We poets, we gather around, share stories in our grind, our tales of the histories of the struggles combined. We ain't just spinning verses for our own sake. We paving the way, making sure the future's awake. For the kids who got no ear, no one to hear. For those who feel weak, trapped in their own fear. We're here to be strong, to show them how to rise, to help them find their talents and reach for the skies. Networking, challenging, stepping into success. It's more than just us. It's about the kids we bless. Our pain and our trials, we know where they've been. So we stand up for change where the new dreams begin. Success isn't solo. It's a door we swing wide for the future we're building with the kids by our side. We've been through the struggle, we know the fight, and we open the path, bringing hope to the light. So if you ain't no beauty, just know I'm coming like a beast. It ain't, and if it ain't about the kids, miss me with that, please. I didn't want to cuss y'all.
I'm talking about just leave you.
That was Beauty the Porter. Shout out to Beauty. Hey, so what you thought about it?
The fact that she speak about the darkness in the world, period, but the focus of the children and the dreams that they wishing upon, but that's being lost already before it could even become a thought in their mind. It's like it's so much negativity that is clouding a kid's judgment before they even get a chance to get a thought process. So
Facts.
the way she, man, that right there, that's deep.
Look, and one thing is that I look over everything. For me, creating the judging system and the judge system for the Poetry Life League consists of 5 categories. So in these 5 categories that the judges judge y'all in, it's all about poetry. The essence of it. So
Right.
I'm gonna run through the other 5 categories. The 5 categories are penmanship, impact, believability, substance, and delivery. So and that all those categories molds you to be a poet. Your penmanship, the impact, how impactful your poem is to other people. The substance, the believability. When you're reciting your poem, do we believe you? If you're talking about pain, do we feel pain when we hear you talk? Because it's been sometimes that I hear some poets, they talk about pain, but they smile it.
Right.
So I can't really feel that pain or believe that you was in that pain. I need you to make me feel that pain.
Right. I want to walk me through your journey.
Right.
And somebody had to teach me that. I had to learn that. I definitely had to learn that. And when I tell you it was a hard process, but it's definitely worth it, because how do you expect a person to believe you if they can't feel your words?
That's a fact. That's a fact. And one thing about this league, when these judges are judging, they looking for all 5 categories. They looking for the substance of it, or we're looking for is the
What
delivery.
can they get
You
out of
know,
it? What is it
yeah.
gonna leave them with when they walk away?
Mhm. And see, and that's what it was wittiness, but I changed it to impact. How do the judges feel about your poem, the impact that they have on them?
Because some people can have a sorry impact, a sad impact that can leave you just sitting there like, wait a minute, hold on. Can you say that last line again for me real quick? Just one more time. Just one more time. And then you can have somebody that come in with a I'm talking about a dope rhyme scheme at the end, and it still leave you sitting there going, wait, what? So I have this alliteration that I created, and people still don't understand how I put it together. Sometimes myself, I don't even understand how I put it together. But I have this alliteration that I created where it says monologues miraculously moved mountains for me. And they was like, wait, what? What? Monologues miraculously moved mountains. Wait a minute. How did you what? And I was sitting there myself going, shit, I don't even know. I was actually high when I wrote that. So I in my head, it was doing that, but I was high when it was doing that. So yeah, you got a dope line. You caught me on the high line. I'm just saying.
Look, no, that's a fact. But man, look, we're finna get into our next poet. Our next poet is Allie Poetry. Allie Poetry.
Yes, that's my poetry sister right there. Her pen just oof.
Well, we finna get into it. She's up next.
Our love takes roots, rocking knee-high in your fila boots. We cross color lovers under the covers, love like no others. Shudders in those words uttered. Damn, my man, sexy black college alliance. It's all a science. Any way you slice it, you're the right fit because you're all I need. Non combustible like the fucking Huxtables. When I need to get by, fly high, level up, never less than the best. Me and you against the rest. Confessions of a housewife. Sometimes I won't act right and we gonna fight. Just tuck me in right at night and everything gonna be alright, cause you're all I need. Let me wipe your tears, ease those fears after all these years. Grind those gears, no smoke and mirrors. What you get is what you see, your rare delicacy. Hold you down, wear your crown, keep you spinning round. Just when you think you know me, I'll let you own me when you open sesame and play with that ooh wee. You have got to be, I mean, you have always got to be. But when you get me, I feel you're getting me. I'm telling you, you're all I need. Do you hear me? The way you pluck my mind and always find some time for us. And us, I trust this notorious, glorious us. High marks playing card sharp, sweet as confection. This love connection. Give me war across. You're the boss and I'm your lady. Never trade me. Let's make a baby. This may be the best, blessed, precedented testament. This is my testimony, my only story, because you're all I need to get by. Man, I love you. No one above you, above us. And God, I trust He approved this lust, this love. You're all I need. I just
Okay, okay, that was alley poetry. Look, there's one thing I can say about alley poetry. It's her how she flip words.
Man,
She can flip
oh,
some words.
wordplay.
Look, she can flip
Be
some
sick.
words.
I'm talking about how you sitting there stumbling.
Mm-hmm.
You be sitting there stumbling, so it's like, wait, stop. Go back. Say that one more time. Say it one more time. And it's the way, if people really catch her words, it's the
Mm-hmm.
way she make the words roll off her
Mm-hmm.
tongue. And it's like sexy, gangster, and dangerous all at the same time.
But look, and that's why, like with me, I had to close my eyes and really focus in and listen to her wordplay because she was flipping words. It was like back to back. It was back to back, and she was ushering to her next line. It was like, okay, I see you. Her wordplay is spectacular.
Sick with it.
But it's an art form. Like I tell people, poetry is an art form, and
It definitely is.
you gotta find your stroke in it. And her wordplay is crazy.
Just I'm talking about just man, just leave you standing there speechless. You won't be if you and it's don't let it be an alliteration with just straight man. Just oh yeah, just yeah.
But my advice to her, focus on her delivery, work on her delivery a little bit more, the clarity of her voice, enunciate the words. But like she a real dope poet.
She definitely
And
is. Cause she
hmm
be writing some dope pieces. If people ain't checked her out, they definitely need to go
hmm
over there. Matter of fact, check her group out on Facebook over there on Allie's Ink Pen. Man,
Allie's Ink Pen. Shout out to Allie Ink
I
Pen.
promise you, it is worth the read.
Look. Most definitely. Like I'm gonna have to get her back on the stage because last week she killed it. She came on here, did her thing, and I was amazed. So and then the conversation me and her had on the phone was crazy. We got deep into poetry. I found out a lot about her poetry and how she got into poetry and stuff like that, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
fascinating. So it's like each one of
Yeah.
y'all have your own unique story of how poetry found you, and that's the most amazing thing that y'all have your own encounter with poetry.
Mm-hmm. And some of the
So
stories are amazing though. It is on how they because you'd be surprised. Like again, poetry helps in all different type of categories, whether it's mental health, brother or sister that just got out of prison or sitting in prison. I mean, it poetry becomes a mental stimulation.
it does, man. I mean, so we're gonna usher into the next poet. Our next poet is Cinnamon Soul.
Ooh.
Cinnamon Soul. Let's go. It's on you, Cinnamon. Let me see what's going on. It's not even playing. Hold up. What? Let's figure out what's going back on. It's like it frozen for a second. Let's see. Let's get back. Let's do it one more time. Well, look. It seems like they don't want to play Cinnamon Soul right now. But let's go on to the next poet. Let's go to K Spaz. K Spaz,
All
man.
right.
Uh, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm gonna give y'all this piece. So what I got on is a hoodie from Pen Flow. I perform at Pen Flow every Wednesday. Um, I can get y'all their Instagram page so y'all will be able to tap in with us on Wednesday. Um, they have a topic that they release 30 minutes before we supposed to meet up. We only perform what we write based on the topic that was given. So this particular week, it was puppet, and this was my presentation on it. And I just titled it Puppet. Hey, come here, nigga. Better yet, hey, shorty, check it out. I need you to do me a favor. Just give me your brain. Appreciate it, soldier. Hey, y'all, we got us another one. Let's clap it up for Sir No Brain, because that's his name. Now, nigga, I need you to understand this. From this day on, you will never be the same nigga. Anything you say can and will be under my control. So when I tell you to jump, just jump. Don't ask how high. Don't look down and don't look up. Just know it's gonna feel like you flying, but I got you. This is no longer a favor. This is a lifelong commitment, marriage. Only difference, there's no pen, nor ink or paper for you to sign on. No dotted lines. It's so soulful how you just became so soulless by giving me your fucking brain. Now, this is a contract. The only way for you to get out is to die, and I'm not gonna let that happen so quick. So before you do that, let's get rich. See, I give you a platform to expose your face in exchange for the nickel and dime hustle. Then, without warning, boom, boom, then, and without thought, it's nothing for me to make you jump to go get them. You can't even think. Damn, if I throw away my shot, you perform good enough in these streets, and I may come and get you, but no guarantee. Remember, you gave your brain to me, and think about this. Damn, dummy. You can't. I would say the broad you got giving me brain too, but she ain't even got it, so it's just mouth. I'll come get you out. You started praying. Salute. And for what? Because lean is not on your understanding, but more on how you can't operate without me. Because when I move, you move. Just like that, the strings I pull, young pup, are so good. They make it seem like it's your natural movement, but you're not living that life. You can't live that life like it's golden, because it is not authentically you, my nigga. You just the nigga I use, my nigga. Just the broad, and the broad that's loving you don't see you for you, my nigga, because of the moves that I am able to make you move. Like at my discretion, the action to take creation and try to procreate the way I make you walk it like you talk it, the way I had you strategically maneuver through street maneuver, but that was never really you, and it's nothing true. So remember that I brought you in this world, and I'll take you up with no strings attached. That's peace.
Okay. K Spaz.
Let's
K Spaz.
go. I'm talking about bar after bar after bar. The fact that he said, "Hey, little nigga,
Look.
yeah, I'm talking to you. Come here. I need you to do me a favor."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Give me your brain.
Hmm.
This a contract. Now on you.
Hmm.
When I move, you move.
Hmm.
Just like that. Strings attached.
Mm.
What the what? What?"
Hmm. Look. He got it.
See, look niggas like that. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to get in the booth. I'm gonna have to go on the. Okay, you say you don't want no. I'm gonna have to go on the pen. I'm gonna have to get the pen and the pad and go on the lab. You know what I'm saying?
Look. Cause like, the competition get thick, man. Hey, like,
I'm here for it though.
hey,
Win,
you
lose,
gonna have to go
draw.
against
I'm
you gonna have
for
to
it.
go against them.
Oh, I already know it. You ain't hear me just say I'm finna have to get my pen and my pad and take it back to the lab.
Look. Hey, I'm waiting for that match. Lady Crucible versus Case Pass.
Man, I might have to find him. We might have to do a collab together.
Look, he in Chicago. He in
He,
the rack. He in the rack.
he, yeah, I'm gonna have to go hit his Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna have
Look,
to.
man, that was Case Pass,
I
man, from Chicago.
I like to put that piece though, because he may, if people didn't pay attention and didn't read in between them lines, he basically just showed you how every gangbanger on this street is walking with no brain. Why? Because they being controlled by somebody.
Look, hold up. I'm gonna play one more piece from Case Pass, man. You know, I really want you to hear this piece because I really fell in love with this piece that he did. Like, when I tell you he's talking, he's talking. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Case Pass. Go ahead and spaz out one more time.
All right. So as I had said, it's titled. I'm gonna title it Sundown. Yeah. Southern tree bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. And I'm afraid to remind my son that the sun activates the melanin in his skin, and it makes him shine so bright that it infuriates people who look different from him. Let alone him being so intelligent will only heighten a threat that he doesn't really even pose. But because strange fruit is popular, they'd love to have him hanging and beautifully displayed like a raisin in the sun. And many black people have already been laid in sunlight in sundown towns, but I refuse to hear that my son has been put down. The new lynching is now publicized for the world to see. It's black boys, girls, men, and women being slain in the streets, pavement, flirting with the sun. Heat builds a relationship with that melanin skin that it's melting. Their knees, a noose making one with our necks. And even though we say, I can't breathe, they'll feel the fact that even though we're able to utter a word in distress, it's progress from when they had knots around our necks. Son, your hands can be up as if you're reaching for God and they will still send you. Son, the sun is up in the daytime to shine bright light on the bullshit that our oppressors are pushing today, yet some people still get blinded by the light. But look at Emmett Till. I mean, just look at Emmett Till. Just look at Emmett until you can't anymore. My son, I can't imagine you being gunned down. And Pops was taught to not say what I can't do because that makes you not a man. But son, I cannot have you be the next victim of society's biggest gang in America, who serve us the coldest fighters of injustice, of the ones who protect their chests with Kevlar vests and bombard our beautifully black skin with raging bullets. Son, I have nightmares of myself running to a scene, hysterical, shattered, defeated, losing my mind and possibly all of my faith in God at the sight of my baby boy crucified in the streets, and I'm reaching out like, Kyson, no. Kyson, no. They done killed my boy. They done killed my boy. They say the devil come to kill, steal, and destroy, but he done took my joy. And they don't know I done came a long way, like we done ran from the south to the north with me, watching him growing, playing with his toys, just being that ass baby boy. I never would imagine my son be a Eric or a Floyd. And that type of shit is a black hole. Nothing that could fill that kind of void. So, son, I hold you and I scold you about the life that we go through because I more than constantly cry to myself when I hear your grandfather whisper in my ear, like, I told you. So, son, I refuse to lose, so I'll mold you. I'll mold you into a man, sculpt your mind to be militant in a world so famine of it. Independence, I'll make your mind indestructible, a thinker for sure. And before you do anything, think thrice before you think that you are really sure, because there's no way that you, baby boy, will be the reason that my son is down. If they was to tell me that you were down to make me operate on moonlight. That's peace.
First
What you
off,
think? Go
first
ahead.
off,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
look at Emmett Till.
Still.
Look
Look
at
at
Emmett Until.
still.
That right there, that sent chills. That shit
Mm-hmm.
chills, baby. When I yeah, I got to hit him in his DM. First off, to be a young man, to have a mindset like that, it's gonna take him many places. His voice needs to be heard.
Look.
And I mean, for this generation, his voice really needs to be heard because I don't think they're hearing him. That man said Emmett Till. Look at Emmett Till. Then he said, look at Emmett Till.
Until you can't.
You can't. That right there.
I had to let you hear that one. I had to let you hear that.
Yeah, a lot of young black men need to hear that piece. That piece needs to go viral.
Look.
Yeah, I got my work cut out for me.
Look.
That man just gave me a whole thought process. He just gave me a whole prompt that I ain't even finna talk about. I'm just finna write. Yeah, he just sparked a flame. Yes. And you don't find too many young-minded people like that can spark a flame in you like that. And each word, I'm talking about the fact that he said, my son, my boy. I had a phone call and his grandfather said hello.
Oh.
They took my boy. That sent chills.
My joy.
Come on.
They come kill, steal, and destroy.
Come on.
He said they come to kill, steal, and destroy. They didn't took my boy.
Ain't no mic left after that. It's just complete silence in the room. That's standing ovation type right there.
Look.
That spoke volumes.
Look.
That definitely spoke volumes.
Look. And that, like I said, that was fire though, Is that my phone or is I'm getting a call? Hold on. I don't know.
That might have been. That probably would have been. They might have been mine vibrating in the background.
Oh, okay. But K Spaz, man, he's fire. So
his name speaks volumes.
K Spaz, he was spazzing, and one thing though, like I'm gonna keep it a dollar. I'm not in the competition. I'm not a judge. I'm not none of that. So I can say whatever I want to say. I can keep it a buck. And this is like his delivery, his presence, the way he's acting out, his voice tone, his voice control. Like,
and you ain't noticed you ain't noticed how he switched the pitches with it. When he got angry, that pitch got high. You could feel. He made you feel that anger. And I felt every bit of it.
No, that was like,
they just don't realize they in for a major treat.
Look, like I tell you, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be one of the ones like every match is gonna be like who's gonna win. Like the anticipation of
Right.
the craft and just the poetry that's gonna be put out there, man. But let's get into our next poet. Oso poet. Oso the poet. Oso the poet. He's from Louisiana, y'all. Oso the poet. He's from Louisiana. Shout out to him, and let's get to it.
This here is called fact, not fiction. You see, I was born underwater with $3.06, experiencing life in the times of beats and rhymes, feeling the warmth of the sun as I looked into a pair of eyes that were just like mine. So in a flash of light, what I saw was out of sight, for you see, time had stood still. It had taken its toll, neither effervescent nor predestined, but you see, I was called to stand for a crime against his land, man. Slug from a judge, my tears to my eyes, because I flatly refused to compromise. Now doing 85 or 45, you figured I had 9 lives, though sadly said. I was just living amongst the dead, for daily I would view brothers old as my dad, boasting about what Lil Wayne said, but in the same breath, they were crying for another chance. Come on, man. This thing is real. Them folks ain't playing. Instead, they praying that you continue gaming yourselves while they build more jails by abusing the multi-bill. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, I need you all to pay attention, for everything that I'm kicking and spitting is all fact and not fiction. Now allow me to travel and dabble in your mind state. From back around 88 to the present date, for the urban community has been shook up by many social quakes like Reaganomics, Planned Parenting, Just Say No, the hip hop invasion, to AIDS, Rodney King, and O.J. Simpson. No, please have a seat and pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, for what the poet is spitting is all fact and not fiction. A democracy. A democracy is what we live under. But isn't reciprocity supposed to be more than just a 40-year gesture to the African community? Allow me to proceed. It's given to foreigners and refugees who smuggle themselves across the seas with a sense of reprieve to live tax-free, limitly, for a 5-year spree. Check the consensus. We're no longer the majority of the minority, so clearly I see us being weaned out by the hierarchy to the point of being extinct, either through natural life sentences or waging wars in our communities, only to die senselessly in the street before completing the season of our 20s. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. For everything the poet has spit has all been fact and not fiction. Poem.
Okay. That's also the poet. Also the poet. What's your thoughts?
Here another one. Here another one. Here another one.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Here's
to
another one.
get to that pen and pad for me.
Look, you see, I got my pen in my hand.
Look.
And here's my pad.
Look.
Y'all done made me pull out my pen and my pad. I got to do my homework.
Look, man,
he just dropped. Like he said, he dropped fact, not fiction.
Look, hey, it's just the smoothness of how he spit. It's just the calmness,
He's
and
so
he
cool.
He just
it's like he just sit back like, yeah, I was just, you know what I'm saying, and then went down this hill, you know what I'm saying, man, little shawty, and then shawty came with me, you know what I'm saying. It was smooth and grooving, you know what I'm saying. We hanging and changing, you know, and it's like you just sitting there like, dang, like, okay, so is he spitting or is he talking or is we just, you know what, I don't need no, but whatever it is he's saying, I'm listening. He got that voice that'll make that demands attention.
No, for
and
real.
When he speaks, them ears, the room gets silent, and they listen.
Mm-hmm. Look, also the poet. Look, this is all all your peers that's in the league. These are everybody that you got to prepare for.
Trust me,
getting,
I know.
Look, you getting that.
I'm getting,
look, behind the scene footage, man. Hey, man, you preparing? Hey, July 12th, it's going down. July 12th. Hey,
oh man, I already got it on the calendar.
Look, we're gonna go into our next poet. We're gonna go to our next poet. Our next poet is a poet without apology. Hey, I think you gonna love this one. This is one of my favorites. I think you're gonna love this, Lady Crucible. Poet without apology. It's on you.
This is called Postcards. My friend is a field of dreams filled with cheesy pickup lines, pickup trucks, rides, and bonfires. His heart is all heritage, no hate. I am his token black friend. He says I carry too much of the past with me. He tells me white people are tired of this and tired of having to prove they aren't racist. He then points to the ghettos, gang violence, and rap music. He says we aren't even helping ourselves. I ask him, when did he start to see me this way? He says, well, you're different. He has never felt the weight, pain, or struggle of walking around in dark skin. It's like playing Medal of Honor on hard mode all the time, but you only have one life, half the health, no armor, and honor is something you might not get even if you win. Today he is troubled. First thing he says to me, you know, my grandfather wasn't racist, but he lays down 4 postcards he found among his grandfather's treasures after he died. In protective sleeves like baseball cards, on each card is a collection of white men in Sunday best, button-up shirts, ties, creased slacks, standing around black men burnt and smoking. They're dangling like Christmas ornaments. Trees look so pretty when completely lit. But black men couldn't stay lit long enough to light a whole tree. They found themselves always replacing candles. I tell them about the first time I saw a noose for real and up close was 7th grade, how they told me it was a joke. My friend says he can't imagine that still happening, but Mississippi hung Frederick Carter in 2010, Lennon Lacey, North Carolina, 2014, Ben Kita, Washington, 2016, an 8-year-old was hung in New Hampshire in 2017. I tell him society may have given us the chance for equality, but intolerance has been passed down from father to son like my mother's recipes and your family cookbooks, but you choose to still serve Jim Crow at your dinner table. He seems to still struggle with connecting the dots from outright hatred to invisible bigotry, so I help him. He, touching my foot, smiling, I'm hanging in postcard 1. He holding his father's hand, I'm fatherless, my dad is hanging in postcard 2. He gets to treat these postcards like baseball cards. I get to flip past missing photos and family albums because granddad was hung in postcard 3. He jokes among white friends. We have a black guy in our family tree. He's still hanging there. In postcard 4, I'm surrounded by a noose and boys who laugh and say they are just joking. He asked me what to do with his postcards. Keep them next to the photos of me the next time you need to say you have a black friend. Put them in your family album between your photos of your cousin's Bobby's dad who brags how he spit in Rosa Parks' face and today still holds public office. Why don't you Facebook it between your Colin Kaepernick comments and your Charlottesville silence? Why don't you show your children your collectibles? It's their heritage. Be proud of it.
If this man didn't just take us through a walk through history from the 1940s on up, he ain't just sit here and spit. The fact that man went back so far as to the president that spit in Rosa Parks' face and still holds office today. Are we serious? So many details, so many facts, so much knowledge, so much history, all in a single point. The man just dropped.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up, man. look, we got a special guest in the building, man. We got a special guest in the building just popped up. Man, K Spaz, man. K Spaz, man. Hey, we
Oh,
were just talking
Man,
about you. We were
I
just
was
talking
just
about you.
I was just watching it. I've been trying to get in since then. I had called you. I called your phone twice. I text you. I called you
Oh,
on Facebook.
look,
You got
look,
hey
that's
look,
probably what
you
it was.
say, was that my phone? Am I getting a
Look,
call? Was that my phone vibrating? I've been
oh,
watching
so
the
that
whole time
was
trying
you.
to
That
get
was
in.
your phone.
Yeah.
my
Yeah, that
fault,
was
man.
me.
Look, look, I didn't even look. You should have left a comment on here. Oh, no, you should have left a
I was commenting on Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, look, my bad. Look, we was getting, man. I didn't even click on the Facebook to see, man. But man, yeah,
I'ma just
we were
say
just
this.
talking about you.
Yeah, I was
I'ma
watching it.
just
I appreciate that.
to be such a young man. When I tell you, I really wanted to just get the key and just unlock your brain. I want to take a walk inside your mind because you just took me away. You just left me with a lot to think about. Not only a lot to think about, but you done inspired a whole prompt inside of me that will be
I
heard
thank
next
you,
time
man.
you hit me on this stage.
All right.
Look,
All right.
we was giving your flowers, man. Like, I had to play the second one for her. She can hear that second one because that second one was powerful.
Yeah.
I'ma
I
just
don't
say
even
this here.
remember which first
I'm
one I
gonna say
did.
it out loud. I'm gonna just say it out loud. I got my pen. My pen is right here, and my pad is right here. And when I get off this line, y'all gonna make me go in the lab. I got some competition on my hands.
It,
Yeah,
it, it,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, it's gonna be interesting, man.
That's all I.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
look. You gonna go against Lady Crystal with K Spaz, man? Hey,
it's
we
gonna
just
be
put
all right. It's all love in the sport.
look,
I'm
and
I can't wait.
That's all. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
over excited.
so look, okay, so let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna play True Poet next, man. I want y'all just to, we just
Okay.
going over some game tapes and looking at some poets and breaking it down and just seeing the competition. But True Poet, he's up next.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey, hey, hey. I wanna go home. Imagine blood, sweat, and tears soaked in the seams of soldier suits. What would lead a civilian to want to become a troop? Fighting for a country that was never theirs, for people who never cared. Hearts torn but never repaired, always ready but never prepared. For war is unfair. But when you call for duty, this isn't Black Ops Modern Warfare. One shot, and you get your halo. No one has time for games. Bullets don't glitch. Enemies don't quit. Emotions are dismissed and restarts don't exist. See, this is where it gets real. This is where it's killed to be killed. If you make the wrong step, there's a price to pay. You can't foot the bill. Faces are disfigured. War body casualties are just God's clones of Emmett Till. Authorities stay in the USA because they know over there you're screwed. The government knows the drill. You see, this is where the rich make decisions that are poor. Report 200 died this week. Well, send 200 more. They don't care about the souls, they just care about the bodies. Sending us on suicide missions, we the modern day kamikazes. Arms stretched out like planes, but used for sacrifices like crosses. They get entertained when we get detained and send us back in coffins. Closed casket funerals because exit wounds make it look like our backs are coffin. We are often used as experiments. They see if they can pull a man's heart out of his chest and squeeze it to death until it turns black or blue or comes apart. Because in the army, that's what it takes to get a purple heart. Feeding you lies. making us believe it's the lies that save lives, but not to realize the first ones to criticize are the same ones with the hearts and the confidence is about as big as a criticize. See, the government sends us because it doesn't affect them. It just hurts you because they're the type that'll take the dinner off of your plate just so they can desert you, feeding you lies. Because the government is pussy like a woman's in her thighs, but they're virgins because they never get fucked. They're the pimps with the prostitutes. Why you think they keep telling us we need to suck it up? I mean, when we breathe on earth, it's never enough. That's why in reality we inhale, but we can't exhale. Exhale. Equal opportunity is unreal, and that's what leads a civilian to want to become a troop. That's what leads a troop forced to kill a youth because a rope isn't meant to choke until you make it into a noose. Like a soldier isn't meant to kill until you give him an excuse. So imagine Uncle Sam walking up to you, giving you a uniform and giving you some boots, giving you a rifle and telling you to shoot. Aim at anyone who doesn't look like you. Don't worry about the fact that they have a family too. Close your eyes and pull the trigger before he kills you. But remember, bullets don't glitch. Enemies don't quit. Emotions are dismissed and restarts don't exist. The soldiers. Until then, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. I wanna go home.
Man.
Damn. So his alliteration at the very beginning, I like that. All of he drew back every time what it looked like to be in the army. My favorite part was like your heart being ripped out your chest till it's black
That's
or
a
blue.
purple heart. And that's a
And
purple heart.
And that's how you get
That's
your
get a
and that's the
purple
only
heart.
way you get a
Yeah,
purple heart. Man, that's
only
and
way you get a
he
purple.
painted that.
Ooh.
Hey, he painted that, and he did that like, if I ain't mistaken, like
Yeah,
4 or 5
he
times.
definitely.
He always took it back to
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, damn.
And true poet, man. Look, I said it's gonna be. This gonna be exciting, man. Like, man, look, we got some hitters, man. It's gonna be exciting, man.
His pen, a paintbrush. I visualized all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's like, can you imagine as he's spitting the piece, you imagining yourself as a soldier on the front line, trying to make it past the minefields and the landmines and the motherfuckers shooting at you and grenades being tossed, and ooh, wow.
He talking about I give you a uniform and the boots, get you a gun and tell you to shoot.
And anybody who don't look like you, he said, don't worry about if they got a family close by, and just kill them before they kill you.
Look.
Right. That right there just, Look, I'm sitting here like it's like right there, it's stuck. I'm like choked right there. It's just, and that's like, can you imagine in real life what these people really go through in the army? I can't sit here and say I know what they go through because I ain't never been to the army. And from the way he just read that, I don't think I ever want to go either.
Look, my little brother, he been in the army, and he tells me to this day there's some things that he just can't tell me. You know, and he has PTSD. He get how he release his stress is go to his backyard and unload a clip in the ground. That would bring some peace.
That's crazy. Ooh.
But they tell us to pack our kids up and send them to the army, not knowing that they mentally, screw them up. So when they get back into society,
the army is really, that's what's.
So how you expect them to
it's
be
like
civilian,
pay attention
to function
when
like a normal civilian.
And you done did all this. I mean, when you really look at when you look at the movies, like I'm gonna use Marvel for instance. Look at Captain America. Look at all that they put them through, and not to mention, we ain't gonna mention the secret serums and all that we creating super soldiers. And people not realizing, oh, that was a dope ass movie. No, baby, did you just catch the concept? There's people that's why these folks can't be caught, because they go home and y'all thinking they good, and y'all just sending them home and they all fucked up. And I had a friend, my daughter had a friend where her mom's fiance, when I tell you, this man couldn't get excited, period. He has to sleep with a defibrillator on the side of his bed. But them PTSD nights, and who knows when they occur. Today he could be sitting here right fine, and 5 minutes later we look up, this man had his hands around her throat, and it was all from a nightmare. That shit really. And then y'all just send them home and expect for them to just readapt to the world.
It's more. I feel like it's more vets that's homeless than anybody.
Right.
It is.
I feel like vets make up.
Football players $230 million to throw a football, but a veteran that goes over here and fight for our country, lose their limbs, lose their mind, got to come home to nothing. What is $2,000 supposed to do for them a month? That's rent. How the bills gonna get paid? Some of them not fit to really be in society no more, but y'all send them home. No therapy, no nothing. And y'all throw them on this weak medication that just messes up their mind even more.
Right.
Because why would you put them on medication that's going to cause them to want to commit suicide when they already having suicidal thoughts? Make that make sense. I've been there and done that. And I ain't never been to the army.
Look, and like I tell a lot of people, we're owned by the government. Once our parents gave us signed our names over and gave us a social security number, we became product of the government.
Can you say that one more time for the kids in the back?
Look, man, once our people,
because people don't believe that
they don't. But they have to understand.
And we didn't even know we were doing
it. Look, you just sign your kids over. But but the thing is, but the thing is, they saying like, oh, if you don't sign the birth certificate or give them a social, it's gonna be hard for them. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for them because you're owned by the government. So if you're gonna maybe have a hard life where you can't get no job, you can't have no bank account, you can't do this to this and that. You need a social for anything that you do. Without that social, you are alien. Off grid.
But what does that? But what does that? But what is not even really off grid? What does the social really stand for, though? That's the thing people don't know.
It's the routing number of the World Bank.
Exactly.
So
the money, and the killing part is this money that they running the world with is our money that we ain't even supposed to know about, but we do.
No, that's a fact.
If they not gonna stuff like that, they don't want to talk about. They keep that hush hush. That's over there hidden in the vault. Trust me, the Vatican knows.
Look, you talk. Look, you better stop talking. You better stop talking. You know too much. You know too much.
Exactly.
You better stop it.
Oh, I already know. I already know. Been there and done that.
And they put some on them drugs too while they out there doing their wars.
They controlling your whole thought process. You ain't even you no more. Then people be one looking at you all crazy when you come back and be like, "So what did you do over there?" And what they talking about? What I do over where? Because you don't even know you was over there.
Look, my little brother say like, "Look, there's some things I can't tell you." I'm like, and I asked him like, "Did you ever kill kids and stuff?" He like, "Yeah." They had to go. It's out of meal them. And it's just crazy that that they put these soldiers in a mindset that anything may go. But what you think when they get back and they still have that same mindset when they back into society? Like anything goes. Like look, but you know what? Most serial killers they come from the military. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of
Yeah,
serial
they
killers
do.
come from the military.
I mean, look at the officer. Look at the officer that killed Sonya Macy. He was military.
Mm-hmm.
He had problems. They put him out the military because he had problems, and then y'all turn around and make him a police officer.
Look, that made all the sense in the world.
that just made so much sense.
South.
But hey, man, look, we got another poet, man. I like the conversation, but let's get back into this poetry real quick.
That's down there under the chicken. That's down there under the chicken.
We have. Hold on, let me get my mouse in order, man. So we have purpose. Are you ready for this, Lady Crucible?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Purpose, you up next. Let's go.
If you have never loved an emotionally unavailable person, I mean, have you even loved? Like, have you ever? You all normal, non-abusive love people ain't got my love. My love is Sunday morning. I'm not tired yet. Lifted hands of praise with hellfire and brimstone in return. My love is Timex, timeless, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. My love is kiss me and I'll kiss you back. Smack me and I'll take you back. Abandon me and I'll still be here. Ever present, like God, exhausting. Because I am not God, but this emotionally unavailable person wants to see how far I can stretch. Asks me to keep on reaching and reaching, never reaping the reward of being in touch. Do you even love if you have only ever loved people that never hurt you? Vow to never hurt you again and actually keep promises. Do you even love if your self-worth hasn't been scattered and you still trying to put it back together without trauma bonding? Do you even love if you don't know if you are holding on to your self-image or broken promises? If you are not able to cut a stake with your serrated heart, your hardened heart has broken enough to become the tool of change in another. Your heart is metamorphic, and after being mined, is used as the marble floor. They walk all over, and they just want you to clear the slate like automatically, like they ain't pressed you under fire, made you jump through hoops of fire. My love language is obstacle course, jungle, survival of the fittest, but I ain't fit enough for this. I told myself never again, but I'm still here. Said I was leaving after the last time my heart was bombed, raided, but my love is roaches, getting stomped on and still getting pregnant. My love is roaches, scattering at the light, retreating into the darkness. My love is roaches, flamed up in smoke till ash and disintegrated, leaving me depleted in my love a high. My love is started from the bottom, and now it's still a bottom. But here y'all all in love, loving the idea of love lovers are. And here I am questioning love and me and it and my future in it. And maybe you don't know how to love. And maybe I don't know how to love. And maybe we ain't so different, or maybe we are very different, because I know what my love is, but you fully know what real love isn't.
Look, talk heavy. Purpose. From Kansas City. That was Purpose. Sherry Hall from Kansas City, man. Kansas City, stand up.
When I say she just she just took I'm just sitting up here lost for words. Like just lost for words. The fact that she said, when you find my love that was shattered.
I remember when she performed it.
I gotta get my thoughts together first, because she just threw a whole lot out there that just spoke a whole different language. Look, I'm over here like you. I'm just sitting over here shaking my head right now, because I'm just, that spoke to me right there.
Her let me see. What word am I trying to find right now?
I know, right?
Nothing but amazing. Like,
but no, her voice control, and when she target
Mm-hmm.
certain parts of what she doing, it's crazy. Like her dynamic, excuse me, making for me personally, making me feel it, especially that raid
Oh yeah,
play. That was
yeah.
crazy. That was crazy. I'm like, oh my
Look,
god.
look. And this is what I say, like, you know, we can listen to songs and music all day. We can hear the same song 3 or 4 times. That poem, I can hear that poem like 3 or 4 times a day. That need to be in rotation. You know, that need to be heard. That's why I say, like, K Spaz, Lady Crucible, all these poets, a million people and plus need to hear y'all words. A million plus need to hear these
Case
words.
Pass, I'm gonna have to link.
That's cool with me.
Look,
Cause
y'all in
man,
Chicago, man. What part of Chicago you in, Case Pass?
I'm,
I'm over east by Chatham.
Okay.
I'm on the low end, 4030 Michigan.
You
Oh,
right
you
up the
not
street.
far. You not far.
Dang, y'all right up
Hey,
the street from each
Uh
other,
huh.
man. Hey, man. Look at
check it
God.
out.
Uh huh.
Check it out, right?
Literally right up the street.
Yeah.
Now, every Wednesday on 45th and Cottage, I be at Pen Flow. It's $10 to get in if you want to pay for that
Okay.
night. It's $20 if you want to go for the month from 7 to 11:30.
Okay.
From 7 to 9, we
Okay.
write. So it's not like what we do here where we'll be able to just do a piece that we have written. It's a prompt that we write to, and you
Right.
and you perform what you wrote to the prompt
Oh, okay.
in between 9 and 11:30.
Mm.
So
That's kind of
Oh,
if
fire.
you wanna
okay.
if you wanna come, um, I heard you saying you was gonna follow me on Instagram _K Spaz. That's my
Yeah.
name on that. So yeah, I'll be able to
Okay.
get you the rest of the information that way. But yeah, it's every Wednesday, and I'm not every
Look, man.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
not far from me. That's literally right up the street from me.
look,
Wednesday. Right up
hey,
the
put
street.
it in. Hey, man, it's time to put in that work, man. So I mean, I don't know, Case Fans, he heard all the poets that I played, but how do y'all feel about the poets that y'all heard so far?
Man, let's just say this gonna be a dope competition. Definitely gonna be a dope competition.
How do I feel
Cause
about the
we
poets? What? I'm sorry.
going head to head with some dope poets, with
So
some
I
dope
said, how
pens.
do you feel about the poets that you heard so far?
Man, hey, it's gonna be a wild ride, man. It's gonna be a wild ride. I'm ready.
Be a wild ride.
It's some
Hey,
it's some real heat finna be
Mhm.
put up under some people.
Look, you know, I don't want to. It's going. I'm gonna do that later on. You know, record projection. I'm gonna ask each one of y'all. You know what y'all record may be, but I'm gonna do that a little later on, though. You know, you got 24. You got 23 other poets you got to get through, man. And you know, and the thing is, like at the end of the season, we're picking the best 16 poets with the best record. You know, in the best 16 poets, we gonna enter into the playoffs. And then when we get down to the final flow, hey, we're gonna have our huge event. We're gonna have our Super Bowl here in Dallas, man. You know, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit. You know,
look
who's
at
gonna
y'all.
be
Look
the
at you
final
over here
four?
trying to get me out my.
I'm trying to get you out your element. Hey, come, hey, it's gonna be lovely, man.
Look at
Man,
him trying to. Look at him over here
I'm
trying to
ready.
get me off these Town streets.
Look, I'm trying to get you out the. Hey, come to Dallas, man.
You know what?
Come stay
You
Triple
know what?
D.
I think I'm ready to. I'm ready to. I'm tired of hearing sirens.
You know, hey, you might hear them still in Dallas, man.
Damn.
But it depends on what part you go to, man. I'm not in Dallas. I stay out on the outskirts, where the Caucasian people stay at, so I'm kind of ducked out.
Caucasian people stay at.
Hey man, kind of ducked off, man. But man, it's gonna be crazy. Like we have 4 regions. We have bold words, we have diagnosis, we have the red dragons, and we have the living legends. Like it's look, it's gonna be fire. We're gonna go into the draft. We're gonna figure out which judge/coach gonna have the first and second pick,
Alright.
and it's just like who's gonna be the first round
The
pick.
sauce make
Who's
it
gonna
good.
be
I wish the sauce was in a cup.
look? So who's gonna be in the top 5? The first to get drafted, the top 4 to get drafted, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. Especially when y'all get your jerseys and stuff like that, man. Look, we're gonna take this
Oh
to a new
man, I
level.
can't wait to get my jersey.
Look, we
So
gonna
when do
take
we
this
get
to a
the
new level.
jerseys?
So after we do the draft, so that's why I say Friday. This Friday, I'm gonna cut it off, and whatever poets that we have, we gonna I'm
Okay.
gonna promote the draft and stuff like that. I'm gonna make videos to each one of y'all, and I'm gonna promote the draft, promote y'all as poets, and once we get a time and date set that we can have the draft, we're gonna go online. We're gonna have the draft gonna be live and stuff like that. Y'all will see all the judges. Y'all will know which judge is to which with which group, and after they do they drafting, we'll see who's in what region. So after we see who's in what regions, we will send out the jerseys to
Okay.
y'all. So it's out of Lady Crucible. Are you gonna be a living legend? Are you
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
bold words? Or you gonna be the red dragons? Or you gonna be the diagnosis?
I don't know, man.
Hey. So
I
then
don't know. I can
as
fit in all categories.
look, look. So, but then the good thing is, the great thing about it, these judges/coaches, they're there to help you throughout the season. To give you little pointers, little tips, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because the region with the most wins, they get something at the end of the season too. So you'll even though y'all going
Oh,
against each other, you still want your region to win. Whatever group you with, you want y'all to have the most win in the season. So at
Fact.
the end, y'all get rewards and
right.
stuff like that. So we're gonna see which region gonna have the most wins. So it depends on which poets
Okay.
are grouped together. So that's
I
going
honestly
it's
think it's
gonna be
gonna be between. I think it'll be between the East Coast and the Midwest.
mm, I
Oh, that's
don't
gonna
know, man.
be that's gonna
Mm.
be sick.
I look,
I
I
think
ain't
it'll
gonna
be.
lie.
That'll be
Y'all,
sick.
y'all got some writers. I ain't gonna lie, y'all got some writers in Chicago, in the Midwest. We have like the Midwest is tough. I'm
Yeah,
looking
we
at who's
we
in the Midwest. The Midwest is tough.
we are forced to reckon with for sure, right? Thing is, uh, Philly, Philly, Philly is fucking. They phenomenal.
Hmm.
They got some phenomenal artists
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do.
that I know of.
They
Mm.
definitely do.
I'm gonna have to tap in with Philly, man. I'm gonna have to tap in.
Yes,
But
sir.
look, that was hey, do anyone of y'all got any poems for tonight? Cause
Yeah.
tonight I was just going through over some film, letting y'all see who is who or who is what and stuff like that. So y'all can get a good drift on who y'all going against. So where y'all can take notes. Like okay, I gotta take this poet serious and stuff like that. So hey, but I'm looking. Let me look into to the draft real quick or to y'all scheduling. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay.
I
Let's
want to go every
go.
week. I want to go twice every week.
Well, like so according to the schedule, like sometimes y'all might have 2 matches in one week. One week y'all may have one, and one week y'all may have a bye week. So according to the schedule and how it goes, we'll see. exactly what your so Lady Crucible. Let me see. Let me see your first match. Let me look at your scheduling. Okay, so your first match is Alley Poetry.
Oh no! Now I gotta go up against my sis.
That's your first match. Alley Poetry versus Lady Crucible.
I don't know. I got to get my pen together for that one too. It's kind of dope with the pen. I ain't gonna even lie.
Okay.
She like playing with words, but hey, you know I like playing with words too.
Okay, let me see if I got
But it's all.
Say that again.
So I'm trying to see if I got your name on here, K Spaz. Let me see. Let me go ahead and put this in real quick to see who you gonna go against. And what was your number that you chose?
27.
27. Okay. Let's see who K Spaz is gonna go against, man. Okay. Let's get to it. K Spaz. Okay, I see you. So your first match is against out the gate. Oh, I can't wait for this one.
The match that you just told me about. The match that you told me about.
True Poet versus K Spaz. First match.
I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for that one.
Look, I can't make this up, man. It automatically generates the schedule and stuff like that. So when I put your name in and I look the first matches, that is gonna be electrifying. I'm not gonna hold you. That right there is gonna be electrifying. The first match. Hey man, look. Look. I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows, man. Look, you got the upper hand right now, man.
Going down.
You done seen some footage of him. He ain't got no footage of you so far, man. I don't know if you've been watching or not, but hey, you got the upper hand right now, man.
Hey, it's time to go. What OB Knowledge say one day? I gotta study you.
No, for real.
I ain't seen that man since I told him I can't be studied.
Look, he disappeared.
He was like, but no, I got to study you. I said, no, I can't be studied. I said, I can't be studied, sir. I got 5. It's like 13 different personalities in my head. Which one you trying to study first?
Look,
it's alter egos up there. That's because you never know which alter ego you finna get. Cause see, I'm Lady Crucible, aka the Mistress of Mayhem, aka the Debutante of Destruction. I'm tearing up some shit. I'm always tearing up some shit.
So I'm looking at this. Let me see. So look, K Spaz, it looked like you got no. It might just be 6. I might be tripping. Yeah, it's 6. It's 6. 6. Okay, so yeah, okay. The next week, you got Shorty. Week after that, you got Shorty Rock. Your next couple ones against some ladies. After that, you go against about 3 different ladies. Okay, let me see.
Y'all gonna have me go up against my friend first. That's crazy.
Look, that is insane. Like, look,
and I'm gonna just say, let's just hope she not on one come January. Come July 12th. She been on. I'm gonna just firsthand just saying she on one. She been on one, and she been on one. And baby, when I tell you she been on one, she been on one.
Look,
the words been ooh-wee. David Shorty Rock been rocking.
Look, y'all Look, yeah, look, it's gonna be interesting, man. Look, I can't wait, man. I'm hyped, man. Look, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm hyped. But
So
man,
we
man,
get
look,
the
go ahead, go ahead, go
Man, I
off.
can't wait.
so we'll get the whole schedule at once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You get so it's gonna be a link on the website. So you only thing you gotta do is go to the website, uh then click on your name and you'll see, your scores, your record. We gonna, like I said, this is gonna be intricate. You're gonna have all types of accolades and like percentage of each round, or what's the percentage of each judge give you per round. So it's gonna be different stats. You're gonna have different stats. It's really gonna be broken down so y'all can see exactly where y'all stand and what y'all scores is from each round to each category, each judge per round and stuff like that. It's gonna be broken down so y'all can see all the numbers, like how many points you average per round. Look, the judge has been judging this last couple. We have our little meetings on a weekly basis and stuff like that. So they go through all the poets and they judge them. How I put them up, and and they really excited. There's been some great scores. There's been some bad scores. Just keep it $1. So but the judges are excited to see who they're gonna be drafted. Look, I'm
Yeah,
telling
this
you
gonna
that.
be interesting.
Look, so man, look. If anyone got any point, hold on. Let me go ahead and break it out first. Then let me go ahead and go off one time, man. Look, I feel like doing some poetry. Let me flex one time. Big dog get jump in the building. Hold on. Let me see which one I want to do. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. Let me see. They say love our black queens, but they make it hard to with the attitude, the disrespect, see the movement of their neck. And they expect us to keep him on his high horse. I told her Samuel Jackson, Jamie Foxx, because I ain't never seen a nigga on a nag. But you know what gets me mad? They don't see us as kings because they passed her like we did it. Having flashbacks of they past and it's too vivid. Well, okay, I did it to some women in my past, but this not then. And all I'm trying to do is win because they ain't nothing like black men. And yes, we are losing our value like the American dollar. But you know what's fouler? We're raising our kids in the same manner. But you know what gets me madder? We keep on screaming Black Lives Matter. Okay, Queens, I get it. Y'all so strong. Y'all been holding down without a king for so long. Y'all so INDEPENDENT. But you know what that means? You want a man, but don't need a man. When you get a man, you don't let a man be a man. Because majority of that time, you have to be that man. You want to continue with that plan? See, don't get me wrong. See, I love my black queens, but do y'all know what that means? See, I love the will that they have to keep fighting. It's exciting to see no matter what y'all persevere, it's done without fear because failure is not an option. And I know y'all tired of feeling like y'all in an auction. How y'all be giving us the best y'all have to offer, like love, sacrifice, commitment, themselves, not shrinking when times get tough. But we act like that's not enough because we only see money as value, and we skip right past the foundation. Good, strong black men see through all the smokes and mirrors. We see other men's errors. So let me make it clearer. I was raised by a single black queen, and y'all might ask, so what does that mean? That means I didn't see men enter her life. At the same time, take a part of her life. See all the arguments, the abuse, the abandonment. Damn it, man. I became those same men until I heard my mama voice. She said, son, you seen what I've been through. For you to turn out to be those same men that disrespectful to me. Because I kept in the best shoes. I paid rent was due. You never seen me cry because I never wanted you to. And you became these same dudes? Not cool. Now you had these women questioning, who raised you? Okay, mama, I hear you. See, I was like Urkel, messing up and tripping over everything until Stefan appeared. That's when I realized I had to change too. Because I can remain being the same damn fool. Because now I have sons, got to teach them this is what you don't do. So when they get their wives going to be in a different tongue when they ask them, who raised you? So I get it, Queens. Why some of y'all the way y'all are? But you have to leave that hurt and passion dry far. See, let me start by saying I apologize for all the men that betrayed you, hurt you, thought they had a better option. Like, nigga, fuck you. Always told you lies that was not true. And 9 out of 10, Queens, is not you. It's us. The one to see a homeboy messing over their chick, and we go over there and get these niggas high fives. I can't lie. It's men. We need to do way better. Willie Lynch. We need to start reading all these slave letters and get our ingredients right. And that's some original spice, because everything don't need lemon pepper. And you ain't no step until you step for your family. And be a stand-up man daily, not annually. Because it's affecting our black queens and young kings badly. But sadly, we both need to do better. Well, I did it.
At the very beginning, you had me right up. You pretty to the quiet, boy. Pretty to the quiet, boy.
What?
I'm
I
talking
ain't
about
never
just
seen a
preached.
nigga on a
I
nag.
hope everybody heard you.
Look,
I just hope everybody heard you.
look. They
So this is a piece that I.
okay.
You
Okay,
just
let
got.
it through.
I just dripped this piece today. This is literally fresh ink.
New shit. Okay.
No shit.
This one is called "Mama, I'm Trying to Change." I know I was fucked up, became a natural fuck up, did some things I'm not proud of, kept you worried and discouraged, didn't realize just how much I was hurting you. Became a degenerate in these streets, did my best not to be laid bare on cold concrete under a sheet. Didn't want to leave in a body bag. Didn't want the last memory to be a toe tag. I couldn't and wouldn't stain your heart with that hurt feeling. See, at a young age, I thought the streets had a meaning. Never paid attention to the consequences. Been pounding my feet on concrete since I was a youngin'. That bloodthirst or the hustle. Putting in that muscle. Money was flowing, pockets was growing. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Mama, I know I was stubborn as hell. Promised you that I was gonna change. And then I slipped back down that slippery slope again. This time, I'm knee deep in. Committed more sin. See, I had 99 problems and the streets became one. A cruel son of a gun. No excuses for all the bullshit I've caused. Had to think twice. I've burned bridges that I came across, that I can't come across. All hope was lost. This came at a cost. I'm trying to change. But see, things just haven't been the same. I feel so drained from holding the rain. But then I danced in the rain, soaked in all this pain. Rode with no puddles in my own paddles. Rode with no paddles. Those upstream battles. The monstrosity of it all. Mama, I said, I'm sorry for not listening to your every word. You never steered me wrong. Mama, I'm trying to change. I just wish you was here to see it today. Mayhem.
Talk heavy.
This came at a cost. Yeah.
That's new. That's new-ish right now.
You don't. Yeah, that's new ink. I just dripped this about a couple of hours ago. See, when I wrote this piece, these are the things that I wish I could have said. These are the things that eats at me now. Because it's like I was young back then. I wasn't paying attention. The streets became my family instead of me having my ass at home with my family. But when it was time for me to finally get it out, it was too late. I'm now staring at a cold body that I'm never going to be able to touch again. I'm not going to ever be able to speak to again. I can't hear them words. Baby, it's going to be okay. Because no matter what I did, no matter what I went through, she never turned her back on me. She gave me the love no matter how fucked up I was. No matter the fucked up shit I did, I was still able to go and get that love that I needed. Now, I can't hear that voice. I can't get those hugs. If I haven't had a phone, I promise you I wouldn't hang up.
Hmm.
People don't know. I tell a lot of people, my mama anniversary coming up. My mom been gone 24, going on 25 years. And to me, everybody else just feel like 24, 25 years. It still feel like yesterday to me.
I feel you.
That's a void I can't feel. It's empty. It's hollow. I promise you can thump on my heart and hear the echo.
Look,
There's
Lady
nothing there
Prism.
anymore.
Look, that is a whole poem. Since you've been talking, that is a whole poem. You can thump my heart. You can hear the echo.
If you thump my heart, you can hear the echo.
That's fire. That's fire. That is a bar.
People don't know what that pain feel like. Like I tell people, if your mama's still here, give her flowers while she here, while she can still smell them. Because once she gone, she ain't got that smell no more. Them words lost in the void.
Man,
if I had that chance, if I could turn back the hands of time.
But you know,
baby,
everything. One thing that I had to realize that everything happened for a reason. And I feel like since my mother passed, it needed to happen for me to be the person I am today. So everything that I've been through, all my trials and tribulations, it made me who I am today. So maybe that key event, it had to happen for you to be who you are. Sometimes we look at a bad situation and look at the negative things about it. But sometimes we need to sit back and think about the positive thing that come out of it. I'm glad that I am the person I am today. If my mama and papa would still be living, I probably wouldn't be doing poetry. That is a fact. I found that my mama, she was incarcerated. She was a poet. I found that out. And that was like, so
that's who started me writing poetry. My mom was the one who started me to write poetry. That was my inspiration. And it's still my inspiration today because I can still hear her voice in the back of my head. Don't give up and never quit.
Before we get too deep into this, man, Shorty Rock, man, I'm sorry that I brought you up, but Shorty Rock, how you doing, Shorty Rock?
I'm good, and y'all, how y'all doing?
We doing great. We doing great.
I see K Spaz got the invite that I had to hustle an email over to his behind.
I was itching trying to get in.
I saw him trying to get in, so I was like, okay, let me bounce and double email over to him. Here's the Facebook group. Here's the link to the stream call. Sir, get your butt in the damn group. And then I saw him pouncing. I was like, all right, good. I got him in.
Look, I appreciate that, Shorty, man. Look, you was making moves without me even knowing you was making moves.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rob.
It did.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I just so happened to get on when they was talking about me. That's crazy.
That was me over there on the back door, on the back page, working magic. Okay, so I was finagling.
But see, K-Spaz,
I'm just glad he responds to my emails as fast as he does.
Man, but you know what? Yeah, but you seen how genuine the response was to your poetry? Like, you wouldn't even, we didn't even know you was popping up. We was just giving our true reaction of it.
Yeah, I see it, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that on the real. I can't even explain how much I appreciate that. It feel good to have. Sure.
Look, so Shorty Rock, Can you
Oh,
rock the stage one time? We ain't doing the big stage today. We doing the small stage, but we want to rock out with you one time.
sure. I got some new stuff for you. Alright, so this is Rockin' Chaos. Por favor, perdóname. Please forgive me. There's something wrong with me. I swear the doctors don't listen, but that could be just because I'm black or a woman. I feel so mentally drained. Amnesia or dementia feel like a welcoming invitation or intervention to forgetting the memories of you. That it's okay to not be okay. What was common no longer makes sense. Left can't make a right. Up lost its way trying to find down. Everywhere wishes it could be found anywhere in the world with Carmen and Waldo. Acknowledgement of the cerebral cortex malfunctions to the innate ability to want to control the urges to slap the taste out of your mouth, to knock something into you, or at least beat the stupid out of the ridiculous ideas of self-entitlement. To get straight in a padded room where infections won't hurt anyone, and lightning won't strike twice, only to feel crooked in a race to never come first, dying to just place. No tengo pelos en la lengua, no hair on my tongue. My filter is broken. Patience is at an all-time low, at its wit's end, with excuses and being so full of sugar, honey, iced tea. It's pathetic. The amount of resentment building is a pressure pot about to pop. This lifetime lifeline is hardening me into something unknown, to capsize in the wake of this benevolent misogyny is crazy. Déjame en paz. Leave me alone. Learning to never be heard, or really being able to only speak if words come in the form of a poem. Compiling the alphabet as fast as Davis and Hines tap dance across the stage to fulfill your needs as always. Being positive to satisfy you only if the reciprocated energy is negative. Leaving the repulsion to take me to civility. Did you know that to be a poet, a bleeding heart must reign sovereign? You must know how to struggle daily, eat stress like it's nourishment, be comfortable with being used for your energy, a well to siphon from, to refill everyone else and no one pour into you. That to be a poet, the most welcoming hug is that of a tear-soaked pillow, which is never allowed to hug you back. That no one really cares. You are only there because you serve a purpose, a need, a want, a craving, a desire. After that, you are dismissed. That we are quicksilver, which was never meant to be caged. To understand that the world may stack the deck against you, that emotions are damning the soul to the ninth circle of hell. Isolation is bedmates to depression. Tears and sobs are the ink to etch the pain, till pages shred like confetti, creating the rain to flood all of the hurt away. To be a poet, you must fully comprehend how to walk alone, for fear of a pillar of salt at your back. To be a poet, you must have a shattered life, or a story of trauma, for this is a life of strife. In order to write peace.
Look, I love that piece, and you're performing it better each time. I'm liking the progression of that poem.
I'm starting to hear that sass in there now. Yeah.
I told y'all she was on one. But
Look,
nobody listened to me.
look, Shorty Rock, you and Crucible, y'all going up against each other. Let me see who's your first match real quick. Let's see who Shorty Rock's first match is. Let's see. Okay, Shorty Rock. So, Shorty Rock, you got two matches this on the first week. So I'm gonna need you to have two poems ready. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to have two poems ready for the first week. Cause the first week you're going against a poet scarred, Then the next week after that, you going against K Spaz.
Oh. Hey.
That's gonna be interesting. Look, K Spaz, are you ready for Shorty Rock?
I hope so.
Shorty Rock, are you ready for K Spaz? I think Shorty Rock went to get her pen and pad, man.
I'm just saying we're still friends afterwards.
Hey, whatever happens, happens.
Don't do that. That's not nice. Don't act like you're not my friend.
Look, it's gonna be.
We
Look,
still gonna be friends.
You better still be my friend. I'm gonna be mad at you.
Of course, I'm still be your friend.
I'm gonna tell on you. Christopher, he said he's not gonna be my friend. I'm gonna tell him.
Look, this is gonna be interesting, man.
It's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
Look. But I mean, like I said, the season it's a pretty extensive season. It's a 5-month season. Y'all be going against once or twice a week according to what the schedule is and stuff like that. And look, I can't wait. The judges, they can't wait. They can't wait till the draft. They can't wait till we get to the next part. They can't wait till July 12th. You know, this, like I said, this is something new, something innovative, something that ain't never happened in poetry. Poetry Life League, where
Hold on,
we
wait.
gonna have stats, we gonna have everything. Look,
So July 12th is the first match.
it's the first match, July 12th.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Let's get it.
it's a month away.
That's a month away. Let's get
It's a month away, man. Shorty Rock, are you ready?
Born ready.
Lady Crucible, are you ready?
Ooh, born ready. In my SpongeBob voice, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Look, it's gonna be lit. Hey, K Spaz, hold up. Everybody didn't rock the piece, but you. What's going on, man?
Why is it always the men trying to sneak out of here without doing a print? They always doing it.
I ain't ducking.
Oh, he ain't ducking no smoke. Hey, man, go ahead,
men-
man.
The
Let's
men
hear what K Spaz.
always trying to sneak out of here without doing a piece.
I ain't ducking.
Look, Spaz out.
So I'm gonna do my funny piece, man. It's titled "Bitch Ass Bus Driver."
Let's go.
Can I get a courtesy ride? I asked. CTA ain't got courtesy rides. Said the bitch ass bus driver. All right, well, can I just get on? I retort, you a man and ain't got no money. Said the bitch ass, no better bus driver. I mean, I got $1, but I gotta get on another bus, and I got $1, but I gotta get on another bus. And I was just asking you on the strength of testing my luck, but just asking for assistance. And in this instance, you insist and insinuate that I ain't doing what I'm supposed to pay my way. I don't really gotta explain. I don't want to, so I ain't. So if I don't make it clear, then brother, let me make it plain. You probably kissed a little ass to pass your CTA class. Done told on a motherfucker to the surpass. You a ruckus causing Uncle Ruckus. My background just had my back grounded, like my back down. They released me off probation. I stood up and now my back is wall bounded. I keep my head up and my chest out to stay mentally rounded, but like a black brother antagonist, catch that ass bust fast and this stupid ass motherfucker, how you just sounded, and I'm astounded. Highly dumbfounded. You fucked hard asshole. Cause how you know I ain't on my way to an interview? I'll be another further disenfranchised brother, sadly, because of you, and me and you must not have had nothing in common growing up. And I must say I'm glad we didn't, because your attitude come off as if life done fucked you good. No Vaseline. I really feel like you got low self-esteem and that shit is infectious. I'll be damned if I let you infect me, but I also really want to punch the shit out you. My mama, I do.
But I don't want you to rub off on me in no shape, form, or fashion either. Your breath stinking, you got a San Andreas Caesar, my nigga, you tweaking. I said, hold this bitch up. No stick up, just stand in the doorway so you can't pull off on the bus. Take your seatbelt off and blowing me wrong. With my mama, you gonna get an assault charge. And then I'm gonna look at your ass and laugh in court because you gonna lose your job. All because you wanted to be a bitch ass bus driving bitch. Bitch. That's peace.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's my favorite piece. That's my favorite piece, and he knows it. That's my favorite piece, and he knows it.
Look, the performance, the ending.
They just killed it, bitch.
Look, look, and I felt it. Look, I felt it.
I felt that, bitch.
Look, how you know I wasn't trying to get a job interview? Like, what is your problem? But man, look, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but man, we at a 2-hour mark, man. Shorty Rock, man, I appreciate you pulling up. You know, you pulled up at the tail end of it, but man, you know, look, I might run a show tomorrow, man. You know, if I'm feeling good and stuff like that, get off of work, got a little bit more energy, you might run it back to tomorrow, man. So you know, if y'all want to run it back, hey man, we can run it back tomorrow, man. It's on y'all, man. What y'all want to do?
We can. How's your life going, y'all?
Look. Okay, man. Let's get this work, man. Hey, it's crunch time. This is the preseason. We in the preseason now.
All right.
Hey,
I'm saying, wife's okay. Everything's worked out.
Look,
TK, everything's okay with your wife?
Oh yeah. She's doing a lot better. She's doing a lot better now.
Okay, well, make sure you give her our love. Make sure you
man. Look, we was in the hospital till 9 o'clock that morning till 11:30 at night. Look,
Mom, make sure she knows she's in our prayers. Okay.
Yeah, I'm finna go ready. Take her, give her some loving and stuff like that. That's why, I'm finna go ahead and jump off right here before she start blowing on my phone. But hey, but I appreciate y'all for jumping on here again. Look, facts. So one man, wait, hey, Shorty Rock, if you want to replay the live back, look at some of the poets that's in the league, hey. It's very interesting people that's finna get ready to jump off the page, man. So look, I'm ready for July 12th. Poetry Life, man. Hey, it's gonna be lit.
Well, we be sharing this all the way around the world.
But so look, before we get up out of here, man, let me go ahead and put back. Okay, got the tunes back on, but I want y'all to go ahead and tell the people who you are, where you from, and where they can follow you at. We're gonna start out with Lady Crucible. Lady Crucible, it's on you.
Hey, I'm from Chi-Town. I'm Lady Crucible, aka Mistress of Mayhem, aka Debutante of Darkness. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook under Lady Crucible, Mistress of Mayhem, Chicago poet. Let's go.
Let's go. That's Lady Crucible. Shorty Rock. Go ahead and rock out one time.
I'm Shorty Rock. Born in the Valley, raised in Northeast Quarter, and now I'm in the South. You can find me anywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook under Poet Shorty Rock.
You low, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Can't.
What happened? You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You live.
All right, so I am Poet Shorty Rock. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube under Poet Shorty Rock. Check me out. Love to see you anytime.
Okay. That was Shorty Rock. Next we have K Spaz. Go ahead and spaz out one time, man.
Yo, I'm K Spaz. I'm from Chicago. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at _K Spaz. That's _KSPAZZ. Appreciate you.
That's Case Pass, man. Look, y'all already know who I am, man. This TK the Poet, you already know it, so you ain't gotta quote it. And if I spoke it, you already know what they mean. Yeah, I wrote it. Plus, I'm too fire. Like the drill burning inside of my hip, yeah, the too fire. Nah, I could flip that. I'm too fire, like a lighter in a match. That's too fire. We out. Y'all already know what it is. Poet Your Life, July 12th.
Get the money with you or with your not. Get the fucking whip with the pot. Your corn, I invest up in the stock. Left everybody went straight up to the top. Don't care like me or like me not. See the op spin the block. Ain't gon' stop till see them all drop. Grave your field, yeah, I see the plot. Grave your field, yeah, I see the plot. Ain't gon' stop till see them all drop. See the op spin the block. Don't care like me or like me not. Left everybody went straight up to the top. George Coin, I invest up in the stock. Get the fucking whip with the pot. Get the money with you or with your not.